Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is I, Gordon. It's the morning. That makes this Gordon in the morning. And today, I'm going to do things a little different because, well, I didn't get a chance to put together a plan for today's episode the way I usually do. And but I wanted to go live. I wanted to be consistent. I wanted to be here. So we're going to call this Weird Wednesday because I'm feeling a little weird and I want to talk about embracing your weird and letting your weird be your brand in a sense. Because let's face it, we've all got stuff about ourselves, about the way we approach the world, about the way we interact with others, the way we operate our businesses, whatever it is. And we do things differently. We do things our way, and that can be your signature. Now, I'm not saying you want to be so weird that it alienates people, but it's okay to have your quirks, your idiosyncrasies, the things that you love. One of my weirds is I'm never without a Diet Coke in hand when I'm doing these things because I get thirsty. I need to wet my whistle, and I need caffeine in the morning. So good morning, and I'd love to know what's your weird. I'm a lawyer. I'm an entertainment attorney, and I do media and podcasting law and those kinds of things. But how many lawyers do you know who come on and do an inspirational morning thing every day, every day of the week? And that's part of my weird. It's part of me being my authentic self, I guess you could say, and sharing with the world, showing the world a little bit about who's behind the lawyer persona, and giving you a different part of me is a way that I can just be a little real, and my real is a little weird. I don't do things the normal way most lawyers do. I'm not putting on a suit and a tie and driving into a big, high-rise building with a glass enclosed conference rooms and things like that. I'm here in this home office slash studio, and I do a lot of content production. I make a lot of content because I have found that it satisfies a need in me, I guess you could say, to share ideas, to achieve my impact and influence. And it's how I make some of my income, obviously, by getting people's attention and that kind of thing. So I want to ask you on this wacky, weird Wednesday to examine yourself and the way you operate, and ask yourself, how can I embrace and even double down on my weird? How can I be different? Stand out in that way. Again, without being creepy weird, without being off-putting weird. It's still possible to show your true colors, fly your weird flag, as it were. And I know that the word weird became a thing in the last U.S. national election. That's not the kind of thing I'm talking about. I'm just saying um, let your differences fly. Let everybody know. Hey, if you're watching live, say hello, drop a note in the comments in the chat so I know you're here. I'd love to chit chat, and tell me something about you that other people might think is a little weird, that you are game to double down with and own your differentness, your authentic self kinds of stuff. And I'd love to hear from you about that. Maybe it's just something that you do as a hobby. Maybe it's something that you um, that you love and you keep trinkets around, or I don't know. Maybe you're a big Star Wars fan or Star Trek fan, uh, or both, or I don't know, maybe you like to wear pajamas with pictures of fuzzy kitties on them. Who knows? But all of those kinds of things are what make you you, and what make you um, a person that will both attract and repel. I mean, if it's all repel and no attract, then maybe that's a weird you want to look at. But the neat thing about human individuality is that we do attract other people based on these things, and you can use it to your advantage by unapologetically owning those parts of you that are different, that set you apart from your competitors, from others in the marketplace. And hey, Poppy, stop that. My dog is chewing on the baseboards. So I've got to stop that. Anyway, how weird that I would stop what I'm doing to tell her to stop, but there it is. So I'm not going to go for too long today, but I just wanted to invite you to embrace the weird and examine how your authentic self can be magnified a little bit, how you can use that as a branding tool, as a way of differentiating yourself in the world, in the marketplace, um, in your chosen career, your creativity. And let's face it, creativity does depend on coming at things from different angles. It depends on presenting ideas in new, eye-catching, ear-catching, inspiring ways. So I guess that's my message for today is embrace the weird. Let's see if I can come up with a good affirmation about weirdness. Maybe I'll ask ChatGPT for this help. Um, let's just see. Hey, chat, give me something about weird. All right, let's see. I said, give me something about weirdness and embracing it on this weird Wednesday. And what did she say? I think chat's a girl, so I say she. All right, so the quote for today: don't be afraid of being different, be afraid of being the same as everyone else. No attribution for that quote, but I think it's a good one. Don't be afraid of being different, be afraid of being the same as everyone else. Actually, that's going to inspire me to talk a little more because, as we're growing up, kids often, at least when I was a kid, fitting in was so important, seeming to be a normal, regular kid. And if you had something about you that was different, it was something you would try to minimize or hide, or at least a lot of us. I had a big mop of red hair as a kid, and I felt like it made me stand out, and I didn't want to be noticed that way. I didn't want to be the kid in the classroom that the teacher's eyes naturally landed on. Who would, right? I didn't want to be known as the weird kid, and I guess that's still true of kids. But nowadays, being different is great for me, right? So the affirmation I want to share today is: my weirdness is my wisdom. My quirks are my compass. So follow your nose. Do the things that inspire you, that drive you, that excite you, and others who have similar interests will be attracted. They'll gravitate toward you, and you can build a tribe around those things, and that tribe can support and sustain you if you do things right. So if you've ever felt too different, too offbeat, too out there, embrace it. Don't fight it. Your weirdness might just be the winning edge that you have been looking for. Maybe you've been hiding it when you should have been highlighting it. So embrace and learn how to use your weird to stand out, serve deeply, and succeed wildly. Thanks, ChatGPT. All right, everybody. Well, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with me, as always. I appreciate you, and I'll be back on Thursday with another episode of Gordon in the Morning. Have a great day.